Lafarge Africa Plc, as part of its commitment to building resilient communities and enabling socio-economic development, launched the Concrete Ideas Editions 1 to 5 blueprint in Lagos. Concrete Ideas is one of the initiatives powered by Lafarge that brings together key stakeholders to provide lasting solutions to the challenges facing Nigeria's construction industry. In his remarks, the group CEO of Lafarge Africa Plc, Mr. Khaled El-Dokani, shared why Concrete Ideas was a critical platform for Nigeria.
The Concrete Ideas Leadership Series was created by Lafarge Africa to serve as a vertical platform for deliberation on issues, policies, and developments shaping Nigeria's construction, infrastructure, and housing sector. By bringing a deep understanding of the priorities and challenges facing the industry, as well as global best practices that will help grow the industry. These public-private dialogues have, of course, been for the past 2 years and have demonstratively been effective in bringing about sustainable and positive changes in the sector. It's hardly disputable that infrastructure transformation is crucially important to foster Nigeria's economic development and prosperity. Investments in infrastructure contributes to higher productivity and growth, facilitates trading and connectivity, and promotes economical inclusion. Lafarge Africa is a member of Holcim Group, the global leader in innovative and sustainable building solutions. With sustainability at the core of our strategy, our mission is to decarbonize building across its life cycle. As a socially responsible organization, we are taking a more direct approach to increasing investment in infrastructure and housing by working with the Nigerian government, professional associations, public policy experts, and other broader private sector to find enabling policy solutions. We are grateful to all the experts and industry leaders who have been actively participating and leading the critical policy deliberations during the last 5 editions of Concrete Ideas. With their inputs, we have been able to create this succinct and coherent policy blueprint, which comprises a host of insights and recommended actions and policies proposed by stakeholders during the first 5 editions to accelerate the growth of this sector. I hope that government at all levels and the industry find this very helpful and useful. In line with our purpose of building progress for people and the planet, we are putting sustainability at the forefront of housing and infrastructure development, because we want to make sure that all Nigerians have access to this important information that will shape, set standards, and accelerate positive change towards sustainable construction practices in the country. The launch of this policy blueprint today marks a key turning point and a massive step forward in the right direction for the industry. I want to especially thank some of our industry leaders for their presence here today, and I'm confident that by rolling up our sleeves and working together, we will continue to unlock new and innovative ways to generate best practices, ideas to innovate, that will foster the delivery of Nigeria ambition infrastructure plans and the growth of the industry.
Dr. Ayo Teriba, an economist and CEO of Economic Associates, highlighted challenges that the government and stakeholders in the construction industry and real estate must address to unlock economic opportunities in the country.
There's no part of the world that didn't face the 3 problems. But many countries have managed to effectively eradicate slums, and they've made significant progress in urbanizing rural areas. Nigeria has traveled, very well in the journey of rural urbanization. For every state that we have created, the location of state capitals, or location of industries, or location of particular infrastructures, for example, rail terminus in previously rural areas have urbanized them. So the challenge, therefore, is to look for ways of doing more of that, and to also find ways of renewing the urban, regenerating the urban settlements, turning, well, places that used to be hotspots that have increasingly been taken over by either waste or by hoodlums or by poor infrastructural facilities. Many of the segments of the urban settlements that are in decay are not within the reach of private developers. For example, city centers. If you go to countries around the world, you see that their city centers are in a state of continuous regeneration. But no private company can go and say that I want to cordon off the city center and regenerate it, because they are public spaces. So there is need for concerted action by government, who has to provide a vision and provide initiative. Only the government can cordon off a city center, or only the government can cordon off a transit stop. If you see what happens in rail stops or bus, terminals around the world, they turn them into points of significant value creation and value capture. But that can only happen through concerted action by the public sector and the private sector and the communities. So we laid out, how these can be triggered, and we hope that future sessions of concrete ideas can take these slice by slice. The slice, maybe look at the urban regeneration at some point, how to turn hotspots that have now become dark spots, back into hot spots. The same with slums. Slum is a loss for all of us, because these are settlements. They're larger than the urban settlement. These are settlements without amenities. These are centers of disorder. So we are saying that you could regenerate hotspots. There are no hotspots unless you first eradicate the slums and relocate the people there, not forcefully. With their cooperation, I see cities in Europe who offer people money to leave slums and move to new settlements the government is developing. Because if you free such spaces, then you can amenitize the spaces, and hotspots can emerge. If Lagos has maybe 100 slums, none of these slums can you go and place a mall, for example, or place a 5-star or 4-star hotel. But if you give the communities incentives to move, like people talk about Ajegule. If you can move Ajegule, perhaps you save Lagos from the nuisance, the traffic. And so you're saving two things. You are wasting two things in slums. You are wasting real estate, which dominates global wealth. About 70% of global wealth is real estate. You are wasting human capital.
Mr. Khaled El-Dokani speaks further on the key thrust of the Concrete Ideas initiatives.
As you're aware, we're part of the Wholesome Group, and if you follow up what Wholesome is doing as a group in terms of sustainability, in terms of environment preservation, in terms of leading the planet into a new era of construction materials. And Lafarge Africa is part of Wholesome, and we are responsible about implementing this strategy, this journey in Nigeria, as many of our other colleagues are doing it in so many other countries. So there is the commitment from top down of the Wholesome Group. There is a commitment to our shareholders, to our stakeholders, to our communities, that we will contribute to a better way of living, to a better planet, and of course, a more sustainable production and construction materials.
The Concrete Ideas Policy Blueprint is a welcome development by Lafarge Africa Plc. It is expected that with the support of stakeholders, urban regeneration and the eradication of slums will be prioritized by the government.